So you may be considering a move to the North Dallas area or just North Texas in general. Well, then this video is for you because today I'm going to talk about why you might not want to move to the city of Denton, which is just north of Dallas and Fort Worth. I am Jennifer Fowler, and along with my husband Brandon, we run Fowler Realty Team here in the North Texas area. We have people just like you reaching out to us all the time looking to make a move here. We absolutely love helping y'all do that. So if that's you and you're looking to make a move in 9 days or 9 months, you can give us a call, shoot us a text, or send an email. All that info is in the description below. And I have talked about Denton quite a bit on our channel because it really is a town that is becoming very popular, but there might be some reasons that it might not be a right fit for you. But after this video, you might decide that it is. So let's take a deep dive into the city of Denton. First, I want to share my screen with you so that you can see where Denton is in North Texas. It is very north in Texas. In fact, the Oklahoma border is right here. Okay, we have by the way, Oklahoma has a pretty famous casino. There's a lot of stars that, perform, or I think even Jerry Seinfeld's been there before. So anyway, just thought you want to know that. Casinos are your thing. It's a really, really short drive. So here is Denton. You can see it outlined here in red. Let's close this out. Oh, yep, Lake Ray Roberts. See, we've got lakes here, y'all. We have water. We have fun things to do here. Here is Dallas, and here is Fort Worth. So we've got Denton here. We've got Fort Worth and Dallas. So this is known as the Golden Triangle. There's also a Golden Triangle that would be Dallas or Fort Worth, Dallas, Austin, Houston, and San Antonio. That's like the original Golden Triangle, but this is also known as a Golden Triangle. In fact, the mall here in Denton is the Golden Triangle Mall. So we're about maybe a solid 45 minutes to downtown Fort Worth. Same thing for Dallas. Maybe a little bit further with Dallas, because the thing with Dallas is, the traffic is just so much worse going from Denton to Dallas than it is to Fort Worth, because this highway I-35 here is just so built out compared to this area right here, where there's still a lot of building going on. And I always say this, whenever you're looking to make a move, take a good look at the map. It's really gonna tell you how big a city or an area is. I mean, you can see how all this is built out, all the white on here. It's completely built out. But when you take a look over here, especially on this south side right here of Denton, you see some green here and over here as well. North Fort Worth, like the Hazza area, just got an HEB. HEB is a really popular grocery store in South Texas, and they finally come to North Texas. There's one in Frisco. Prosper is getting one. They also own Central Market, which it's just a high-end grocery store. Central Market's a high-end grocery store. I don't know how else you put it, but HEB is really fabulous. So there is a Costco over here. There's Tanger Outlet Mall is over here. So even though there's a lot of green, there's still a lot of convenience, but just always take a look at that on the map when you're looking to move somewhere, because you can kind of see all about here. There's nothing out here in Greenwood. Sorry, people of Greenwood. I actually know some people that live out there, and it takes a long time to get there. It is country. So, but Denton is a fairly big city. It's got 140,000 population. It is growing. It is one of the fastest growing cities in the North Dallas area. So let's go ahead and exit out. I just wanted you to see where Denton was really quick, because I know this is important to a lot of people that reach out to us, are the lakes. You have Lake Lewisville here, or Lewisville Lake over here, very close to Denton. And then you have Ray Roberts, which is a beautiful lake. As you can see, this one's going to be a little bit more quiet because of all the green around it. But both of them you can hike and bike, camp, fish, boat, kayak, jet ski, water ski, all kinds of things. Did I say camping? So really nice that we have two lakes that are pretty close by. If you don't want to live in a town that has major universities, then Denton is not the city for you. We have University of North Texas, which is UNT. We also have Texas Women's University, or TWU. My daughter just graduated from TWU, so that was pretty awesome. But we also have a very thriving community college, NCTC, which is North Central Texas College. It is just growing and growing. If you're not really into cities that have universities, then this is not the place for you, because we have 2 major universities plus a community college. And I would say that's about a little over 60,000 college students every year in Denton. So in addition to the residents that are here, it's an additional 60,000 students. So Denton might not be the place for you if you're not a fan of living near major universities. I will say though, we love UNT and TWU, and they definitely give back to the community. But I don't consider Denton to be a city that's all about the universities. I've heard that some other places in Texas are like that. It's all about them, but I don't find that here to be the case. But you can definitely tell when school is in session, because the traffic, it shows that a lot. If you don't really care to live in a town that has a lot of art and music and things like that, a lot of festivals, then Denton wouldn't be the place for you either, because Denton is very big on festivals, things like Arts and Jazz Fest. Every year we have Wassail Fest. If you don't know what Wassail is, you're gonna need to look that up. But we have the Tree Lighting Festival at Christmas. There's Dog Days this summer. My goodness, there's the Red Bud Festival, Arts and Autos. There's a lot. 4th of July, there's something big going on there. Day of the Dead Festival. We're about to start a really big Halloween project, like for the entire month. I'm so excited to be a part of that. If that's not your thing, of course, you don't have to participate, but it really kind of is a big deal here in Denton. Because UNT is a big music school, you are going to find that there's a lot of that here in Denton. In fact, in May and June, every Thursday on the courthouse, the downtown courthouse square, they have a band. Just kind of just a one-off band will come and play. Thursday nights, you get to bring your lawn chair, your blanket, picnic, wine, whatever you want to. So we really do celebrate music and art here a lot in Denton. If you want to be in a really small town, an actual small town, Denton might not be the place for you. Like I said, the population in Denton is 140,000 and growing. It's just becoming a very popular place to live. But everybody who lives here says it's a small town feel with big city amenities. And that truly does define Denton. And because we are a town that does have the historic downtown, that's where you're going to get that small town vibe from, is just being downtown. It's a really popular place to be. I am a huge fan of living in a city that is old enough to have a historic downtown, but yet still has new things as well. Denton has that. I know McKinney is that way. Salina and Prosper are both that way as well. They have old downtowns, but they also have new construction. So I'm just a huge fan of that, and Denton is no different. Our downtown is really, really fabulous. Not a ton of boutiques, but you're just going to see a lot of one-off bars and restaurants. And like I said, that's where most of the festivals happen, is at the downtown square. Okay, so if you're looking to live in a city that, the median home price is going to be pretty high, just all across the board, Denton is not going to be the place for you. So the median home price in Denton right now is $385, compared to Prosper, that's around $900,000. Kinney, I believe, is around $550,000. Salina is about $650,000 as well. So Denton is definitely more affordable for a lot of people. Yes, we do have homes that are in the 700s, 800s, 900s, over $1 million. In general, Denton is going to be more affordable. So if you're wanting to live in a city where the majority of houses are in a higher price range, then Denton is not the city for you. But if you're looking to be in a place where you're going to get more bang for your buck, then Denton would be a perfect place. If you absolutely hate the heat, Denton might not be the place for you. In fact, North Texas, actually just Texas in general, might not be for you. I will say though, the nice thing about North Texas is it is not as hot and humid as Austin and Houston. San Antonio is hot longer than we are. So in North Texas, we do get seasons. We really do get all 4. People always say we don't have seasons here. We absolutely have seasons, but our summers are, they're going to last from May, June, July, August, September. Although September usually dries out a little bit more and starts to cool off slightly. And then we have a long fall, a short winter, maybe January, February, a little bit into March. and then it just kind of dips in and out from winter to spring, winter to spring. Then we get a little bit of a spring and into summer. But we do have 4 seasons here. Now, it can get hot. August is typically going to be the hottest month of the year. It is definitely going to get over 100 degrees for many, many days in a row. And some years, it's just going to be kind of mild. Yeah, you're going to hit 101, 102, 103. Some years, like last year, it was a little bit hotter than that. The year before, in 2022, I believe, we got up to 115. I have never in my life seen that before, so that was very, very rare, but we did get up to 115. And then I believe in 2023, it took us getting through mid-September to even get out of the 100s. That was rare as well. Usually by mid-September, we're definitely out. In fact, we've had a pool before, and for me, swimming in September is too chilly because it cools off at night a little bit more. But it does get hot here. I'm just gonna be honest about that because it really does. I prefer the heat over the extreme cold. I do not like waking up in the morning and it's below freezing or even in the 40s. I am not a fan of that at all. So I would rather it be 100 degrees, and 90 is where I'm most comfortable. If you do not like heat at all, just know that in North Texas, you're in for a pretty long summer. If you don't like sitting in traffic, Denton might not be the place for you either. So because we've grown at such a rapid rate, the infrastructure can't really handle all the people. And so that means there's always construction going on somewhere. Although a lot of the major streets have been widened, lanes have been added and things like that, it just seems like there's always so much construction going on. You add into that 60,000 college students, and at 5 o'clock, it can get a little crazy. So, but it's nothing like downtown Dallas, or maybe if you live in New York City or LA, it's not going to be like that. But if you do live in a small town, a very small town, you will definitely notice that traffic is going to be a little bit thicker in the morning and then around 5 o'clock as well in Denton. We also don't have major public transportation. Yes, we have the A train that can take you from Denton, to Dallas. We have buses and things like that. But if you're used to having a lot of convenience when it comes to transportation, we're just not big enough for that quite yet. So that's a really big deal to you. Then somewhere closer to Dallas would probably be a better option if that's what you're wanting, because while we do have buses and things like that, we don't have the public transportation that a lot of larger cities would have. So let's talk about the job market in Denton. So Denton isn't going to have a lot of the jobs that like Dallas or Frisco, Fort Worth. They're not going to have the jobs that those places are going to have. So a lot of people commute to work. They live in Denton and they commute to work. There are a lot of great small businesses here in Denton. Denton is very small business friendly. I absolutely love that. And of course, there's places to work here. But if you are looking to, have a really, maybe a big career, like Toyota is not in the city of Denton. Amazon is not in the city of Denton. Places like that. American Airlines isn't in the city as well. Although we do have Peterbilt. Peterbilt is an amazing company to work for, and they're very supportive of our city, and they are in Denton. But there aren't a lot of, big corporations here in Denton. So you would need to commute here. So if that's something that you're looking for, then the city of Denton might not be for you. Well, there are a lot of exciting things to do at night in Denton. I mentioned earlier, we have a lot of brew pubs, some bars, a lot of one-off restaurants, festivals, live music, and things like that. It might not have the nightlife that you're thinking that comes with living in the Dallas area has. So if you're wanting to go to a club or a really, really fancy restaurant or just a big night out, then you might need to commute to, Dallas or Plano or Frisco for something like that. Like I said, we do have fun things to do and we have some amazing restaurants here, but if you're looking for a big nightlife, then you might need to travel just a little ways to find that. And we don't have mountains and we don't have an ocean here. So if that's important to you, then North Texas is not going to be the place for you. However, we do have Lake Lewisville that I showed you on the map earlier, and we have Lake Ray Roberts. Both of those are amazing lakes. We also have Grapevine Lake, and you can hike in all of those places. You can camp. There are things to do. Also, we've got Lake Texoma, which is not too far from Denton, especially just a little bit further north. You can go to Lake Texoma. You can also go to what's called Broken Bow in Oklahoma. A lot of people rent little cabins there and do things there that's a lot of fun. So we might not have the ocean or the mountains, but there is still plenty of outdoor activities to do. I know it doesn't compare. Both lakes that I mentioned, Lake Lewisville and Lake Ray Roberts, there are beaches. They're not going to be sandy beaches, but there are beaches. Lake Lewisville has one that's in particular is really more for big crowds, and that's going to be Little Elm Beach. They have sand volleyball there. A lot of people are out there paddleboarding and kayaking. Gosh, you can bring your kids out there and have a picnic and let them, wade in the water. So there are things to do here. There are outdoors, maybe just not what you're used to depending on what state you're coming from. So Denton really is a fabulous city to consider. And I'd love to talk to you about, what it's like to live here. There are always going to be some pros and cons to pretty much any city that you choose to live in. But Denton has become popular for a reason. It does have that small town feel, that small town charm, but yet we either have a lot of big city amenities or we're not very far from other cities that do. But if you stuck with me this far, make sure you like and subscribe. It's free to you, but it really helps us out a lot. So we would love for you to do that. We have a whole video on downtown Denton, so we'd love for you to go back and take a look at that one, and we'll see you on the next one.